Hi guys, Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. Today I have a fun little video for you. So if you know how to work with wood, then let's make some quilt ladders. Yay! So I'm going to make 2 quilt ladders, and if you have a handy dandy husband like I do who's going to be doing the work for me and I'm just the director, then get him ready because we're going to build some quilt ladders, and I don't have like specific tools that some people would have, so we borrow this and that from where we can. But I did, however, manage to get 4 8-foot and pieces of wood. They are 2.5 by what, 3/4 inch? What did you say?
Technically, they're 11.5 by 11/16 inches by 2.5 inches. Just say 1 by 3s.
Okay. They are 1 by 3s. So I am building 2 ladders. I got 6 1 by 3s. The next thing you're going to need is a saw. Can you see that saw? You could use any kind of circular saw or jigsaw or chop saw or any kind of saw. You just need a saw. Next, over by Scotty's feet, you could see you need a drill. We need a drill. We also need some screws, which are over by Scotty on the floor, as well as you need a squared edge ruler, and you need a measuring tape and a pencil. And I'm telling you right now, guys, I'm going to make this so simple because I'm not fancy with woodwork and I just see this ladder in my head. So we're just going to keep the camera rolling and run you through the whole entire thing. These 2 ladders should go super quick. It should be super simple and easy, and I will tell you everything that we're doing along the way. And when the saw comes on, that'll get muted and music will be put in so that you don't have to hear the loudness of it, but it might not be too loud. And neighbors are playing outside, there's sounds all around, so don't mind any of that. It's a nice day outside, so let's get to it. First thing we need to do is determine how long you want your steps to be on your ladder, which are not real steps, they are to hang quilts on. We decided on 24 inches. So we are going to mark 24 inches in from the end of 4 of the pieces because that's our first cut, which will make our ladders 77 inches tall. So Scott is marking right now with a pencil at 24 inches. All 4 of those pieces that he is at are exactly lined up on the edge. We made sure to square them all up so they can be marked at the same exact time. So again, we're marking them in at 24 inches. That's leaving us 77 inches tall of a ladder. And then the 2 other pieces that he's turning around right now, those are going to be marked in 24-inch increments, and we'll get 4 of them from the whole entire piece of wood. So we're going to mark those at 24 inches, and again you'll get 4 of them. And he's just stacking them on top of each other. And again, like I said, you'll probably hear the neighbors in the background because they're in their pool playing because it's already that nice here.
Can you come and make sure I'm on 125? That I stay there? Thank you. Oh, that's almost perfect. There's like 1 inch left. You on?
Nope. Right there.
There's like 1 inch left. Look at that.
So yeah, you'll get 4 of them. So you can see he's marking, and there's exactly about 1 inch left over. So we are not wasting anything. And all 4 boards will have been marked and ready to cut. So he's just lining up the end. Use the straight edge again.
I'm gonna. 2 seconds. This end's not even together.
There we go, leveling them out. And don't mind my back patio, guys. It's messy with kids' toys everywhere, and we just don't want to clean it yet.
We haven't done the attic yet. Once we do the attic, that's what's going in the garage.
All right. So now he's just going to mark the second piece on all of them. And I ended up getting the whiteboard because I don't feel like painting anything because, well, that just takes too long to dry. So we're just going to build the ladders, and then any footprints or dirt prints that get on this wood.
These boards were $3.30 some or whatever each.
At Home
The
Depot.
plain wood boards were a little bit cheaper, but they were kind of crappier, and we had to paint them, and they were only $2 something. So for $1 more, it wasn't much of an argument.
Yeah. So we got the pre-painted ones, and all I have to do is wipe them down, which will make it easy.
Are you still?
Yeah.
We'll know what we're doing.
All right. So the next part is
Are you going to chop, or am I going to chop?
chopping them. So now we're going to take the wood over, and Scott's going to line it up under the saw, and we are going to cut them on their lines that were drawn on with a pencil. He's just lining them up.
The blade is a lot thicker than my line.
That's fine, just center the blade on the line.
I'm trying.
Like I said, we borrowed tools because we do have a circular saw, but it's handheld and it's harder to get accurate than a table one. So, hold on. All right, he's gonna cut it now.
Ready?
Yeah. Or not. Pause.
You're not plugged in?
Now we're going to cut the wood. So there's one 24-inch cut.
Better be even.
Don't look even at me. Number 3 cut.
Be careful on the last one since it's right at the end. Don't keep your hand there. I'm going to flip it around because I'm used to using the right hand on the saw and the left hand on the wood.
So they're 24-inch cuts. They are all nice and even.
I'm making one more cut.
Okay. Again, you should get 4 from the wood with just 1-inch little piece left over. Once the pieces of wood are cut, the whole entire thing should go even quicker from this part, because all we're doing is going to be setting some screws and screwing it.
Are you going to pause it from here, or are you going to have them watch me cut every piece?
I'm going to have the cut.
Oh, okay. Then I'm cutting.
Still can't do much with my wrist, so that's why I'm just the helper. And I do have to thank one of my subscribers because she's the one that sent me the $25 Home Depot card for Christmas, and I was able to do this. She remembered that I said I wanted to build my own quilt ladders. Ladder, singular, but I'm able to get 2 out of it. Now, these other 4 pieces, we're only taking the top 24 inches off.
Just let me lay it on
right here.
the ground. Okay.
So my ladder will be this tall.
Oh, you might need a little
That's fine.
chipped it. There's a couple of them it's chipping.
It's fine. It'll be rustic. Okay, so the next step is a little bit weird, but you're gonna thank me in the end. So the next step is to mark the bottom and the top, because we need to make a notch cutout so that when this is leaning up against the wall, instead of it leaning with this angle right here, with this cuff and poking a hole in your drywall at the top, we need to cut off the bottom so that it lays flat at an angle. And then the top we need to mark because we need that to lay flat against the wall. So what we're going to do is, at the top, if you are facing your piece of wood, the top left-hand side, we're going to mark out, on the top left-hand side, we're marking out 3/4 of an inch in. So 3/4 of an inch in, and then from the top down, I'm going down to 3 inches, and I'm just going to put a little notch, and then I'm going to draw a line from that 3-inch mark down at the bottom all the way to my top. So, and I'll bring it up to the camera so that you can see in a second.
Yeah, bring it over here so they can see, because you can't see too good.
Okay, and then, so that is on the top. So here's my little drawing. So
Yeah,
here's
you can see that.
the top. So again, I came in from my left-hand side, 3/4 of an inch, made a mark. Then I came down 3 inches from the top and made a mark. And then I connected those 2 marks. And notice it didn't come fully to the edge. That's because our blade is going to come to that edge, because the blade is a thicker blade on what we're using. So again, 3/4 of an inch in and 3 inches down. And now we're going to mark, oops.
You didn't do the bottom yet.
Now we're going to mark the bottom. And these are both these are both the left-hand side of the ladder, because this is the flat side and this is the more rounded side.
Okay, so then we'll use that for the other ladder. You can just mark another piece
So
for the
the
right-hand
bottom,
side.
we're going to mark in from the bottom on the left-hand side. From the bottom up, we're going to mark in 3/4 of an inch. And then we're going to take that all the way to the edge. So we're just going to mark that line from that 3/4 inch mark and off of the corner. So what you'll end up with is 3/4 of an inch,
Up.
3/4 of an inch up, and then off to the edge, because again, our blade is thick, so it's going to take that. So this is the left-hand side. These are both the left-hand ladder sides, because I marked them on the rounder side, and the flush side is going to be the inside of the ladder. So now we need to mark
The right-hand
right-hand side.
It's
So
going to be
we're
opposite.
going to do exactly what we did, but the opposite. So I'm going to face these facing down, and we're going to come in from the right-hand side now on everything. So from the right-hand side, we're going to come in 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to make a dot here, and we're going to come down 3 inches from the right side. 3 inches, and then mark the 2 with a nice straight line from one to the other. And then we're going to do the same thing on the next one. So I'm going to come in 3/4 of an inch, mark it, come down 3 inches, mark it, line it up, draw a line, just like that. And then we're going to come from the bottom, from the right. So now we want our bottom angle on the right coming off this way. So we're going to mark up 3/4 3/4 of an inch from the right, because remember, we're building this opposite. We want mirror images of these two pieces. And again, we're going to do it on this one, 3/4 of an inch, right here. And we're quilters, we know where 3/4 of an inch is, so this shouldn't be too hard to do. And then I'm just going to draw a line from the corner to that 3/4 inch mark. I'm taking into the account the width of my pencil as well, so that all the markings are exact. So there we have it. They are opposite mirrored images now. And now we just need to figure out how to cut them off, because we have to angle the saw, which again, it's not our saw, so we have really, you know, have to figure this out as we go. So give us a second and we'll be... All right.
You have 2 lines here.
So we have to angle this a certain way. Just the outer one. This is for,
okay.
And well, inner one for you.
Okay. There's a top and a bottom. Just tell me a top and a bottom.
Top.
Okay. That works better. Really hard to tell. We're rednecking this quite well, so...
Just don't put your face too close down there.
Well, I can't see which blade's coming to the top end. It needs to go on this side is the problem. Your line's on the wrong side. So I can't see where the blade's coming up at this end, if it's lining up to where you want it or not. See what I'm saying?
That means you need to come in towards this way more. Oh, you can't.
This piece is stopping me. The line's on the wrong way and I can't turn the saw like I want to. The saw is very non-cooperative.
Perfect. So
you did what you wanted.
So this is what it should look like on the bottom. So you see that angle? So when it is leaning up against the wall, see, it'll lean just like this perfectly, and then this side will be the part that leans against the wall up here. So we're going to cut all those off first. Actually, Scott will cut them all off first.
Proper working conditions. We didn't get it all, so we're going to redneck it a little bit more. So watch your fingies.
Here, let me hold the wood. There, move your arm.
As good as you're going to get.
Yep. Alright, there's 2 bottoms. Now the opposite bottoms are going to come.
No, that's going to be a different way.
So let's do the tops first?
Yeah, let's do the tops first. The lines are on the other side where I want them to be. Hold the back end of yours tight, because I can't hold up here. My hand, the wood in my hand.
So this is what we should have. Let's lean it against the wall so you can see. So see how it leans against the wall and then it's flush on the ground? Which you guys kind of can't see because everything's in the way, but it's flush on the ground and leaning against the wall. That's what we want. So it mounts. So hold on, let's get the other ones done. matching pieces.
Better be. It's redneck to the extreme.
Looks good to me. That one's off. Alright, let's do these other two.
Yeah, let's do these other two. Let's
this
start with the
one-
top. The top's a lot easier. You're not helping. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. That way, just a little, just a little.
You might want a bit more there. It doesn't look
Down
straight.
here it doesn't look lined up.
Well, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I need to be able to move this better.
There's a light.
That's
Lighter
not
saw
it
would be
either.
nice too.
That's not
Hold on, let me.
Can't you like angle the turn the blade? Because it looks like you
We
can.
can, but
It's not cooperating
it's
the way
not
it should.
cooperating.
It's quite old saw.
Let's get from here. There's one.
It's hard on that side. The brain doesn't like to work on this side. Stop, stop.
There's number two. Now the
Put them together. Are they lined up? Oh, wow. Some days I know what I'm doing. Some days I don't.
So there's the tops. Now to do the bottoms.
Nope. I'm gonna go that way. There, it's gonna go this way. Easiest one as of yet. This is the way all the lines should have been.
Watch your arm.
Arm's completely out of the way. Don't worry, I got the blade here. The plastic.
There's one.
I got the plastic on that one.
You need to move your hand out of the way. It's way too close.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You drew the lines, I'll do the cut.
Let's match them up.
These two better work.
Are they equal?
Is the top equal?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot better than the other end.
That one's bad down there.
Huh?
Maybe once the little thingies are under it. I don't think it's gonna matter.
It's sitting on the carpet, it's not gonna matter. Top end's more important than the bottom. Bottom's sitting on the carpet.
All right, now that all the cuts are done,
It's what you call rednecked.
we're gonna take one of each and move it out of the way. And we're gonna start by, this one is now gonna go on this side, and this one is gonna go on that side. Like this, and like this. And we're gonna take 5 steps, and we're gonna put them in like
you
this.
should line them up better because they're
Well,
not
I'm
lined
just
up.
showing right now how they're gonna go. 2 more.
You're making 2 ladders, right?
Yes.
Yep.
You could probably have 6 on each then. 'Cause, yeah.
Yeah, it's 6 on each one.
I'm not gonna get 6 on each of these.
Oh, well, we cut enough boards for 6 on each.
Oh, I thought we cut
Nope, there's enough for 6 on
5.
each.
Oh well, that's fine. We would have had 2 leftover pieces. They're not going to go straight. So I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to be leaning like this. Just like this. So let's see.
Here, let's take that bottom one
and
and lay it against that angle. See what angle you have to have it at.
Five is almost too many unless you want taller boards, because that bottom one's going to be on the floor.
No, I'm not putting it on the floor. I'm only putting 5.
Match it with this angle, basically. Also...
No, I'm talking this board here. This is too close to the ground. Your quilt's going to be laying on the ground.
No, I'm putting it up higher. I'm just spacing them out right now.
Oh, okay.
So the next step is to choose how many pieces you want. I'm just going to go with 5 of them. And what we're going to do is we're going to mark a certain amount down for the number. You're going to mark 8 inches or 10 inches down and like about 12 inches up. And then in between, we're going to take the number and divide it by however many and then put those in. I'm kind of just going to willy-nilly mine. They're going to be not exactly a certain distance apart right here, but they'll be equal on both sides. So we're going to go ahead and mark, because my camera keeps turning off because of the heat out here. So I'm going to mark them on the sides along the whole entire ladder with 2 marks per, and they're also going to be leaning. The direction of your lean at the bottom is the direction you want this to be. So if my lean is that way, my ladder step is going to go on like this. So all of them are going to go on sideways. So when I mark them on the side, we're marking them for them to sit this way. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back with putting them together. Due to the heat, it did not record. So here is one quilt ladder to start. So let's go take it inside and put some quilts on it and see what it looks like. Ta-da! Obviously there's a photo on the wall that my daughter drew, but I just wanted to show how it leans against the wall, leans against the floor, and I used 4 of the steps to put quilts over. Just like that, so you can see it lays nicely and all the quilts hang over it, and since they're 24 inches it makes this a 26-inch piece. Obviously you can adjust your size as your space sees fit, but this is the room that we had for it because most walls are filled with stuff. But one ladder is done. The other one we're just going to have to build another time because we have things to do today. Marking 12 inches down. 12 inches down. Now we're going to mark from the bottom. 12 inches up. No, 10 inches up. No, 12 is 12.
I'm not sure. Do you want to quick go measure the other one?
No. It was 12. We're going to put the top and bottom on first. And then insert the 3 in the middle. Okay, now we're going to lay the board between the 2, like this, on those lines. Right at the top of it, like that. Top of it, top of it. And we're not making the rungs straight, they're going to be angled, but for the first screw we're going to just drill a hole on each side and stick it in. And then we'll tilt it. That way it equals out nicely.
Hold on, say that again? Once I drill the hole, you can't tilt it.
No, just drill one hole to start.
Oh.
Then we'll tilt it.
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
Drill the top hole first on both of them, and then we'll put a screw in, but not all the way. That way we have a nice straight.
You holding over there?
No, man. Put one screw in. But not all the way. About right there. And then come to the other side and drill the hole. On the bottom line right there.
Doing the top one, right?
Yep. Now we're going to tip this piece like that, just like that. Screw it in the rest of the way. There we go, right there.
That side there, did it not?
And then leave those there because we're going to add 2 on each, but we're going to put the bottom on first, and then we'll do everything on the side.
It's a lot easier when you flip it up on the side.
So we're going to grab another rung or step or whatever you want to call it for the ladder. I'm going to line this one up. Same exact procedure. I'm going to line it up on the line with the bottom part or the flush part of the wood because there's a nice lip on the top part. And this one we're going to have to pick up a little because the cement isn't very straight. This one up on the line, right there. I'm going to have Scott screw and put a screw in on the one side first. And then I'm going to have them come to the other side. Line, except I have to adjust the wood on this one. Alright, here. Alright, and then we're going to tilt it and screw the screw in the rest of the way, very carefully.
Have to be gentle. This wood cracks easy. This is cheap wood.
Alright, now
We're gonna flip it up and do.
yep. Now all we're going to do now is just flip it to the side and put the other screws and drill holes in.
We're gonna throw your other boards in too.
Yep. Okay, so now while it's up like this, before he starts screwing more screws in,
14.
I'm going to put the other 3
30.
in there.
No, that would be 30. Divided by 3? Oh, no, then it's more
There's
than that.
48 inches between the top and the bottom now, so now I'm gonna divide that by 3 as best as possible and put the next wood slats in. So about 12 and a half, right? About 24 and a half. And about 36 exact, because 36 be the one. That looks good for me. I'm just going to align so I can see it better. That. And it's not going to stay at the very moment because nothing is really tight, and I'm going to mark the top.
Let's do it one at a time. Let's put it in there. Go.
There. So we have one at 12 and a half. Right here. We have one at 24 and a half. Right here. And one at 36.
Yeah.
And if I didn't throw my pencil, it'd be easier. There we go. Now the whole thing is marked equally.
I can put the back screws in here a while.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
Yep. Is it dead? Oh.
It's cracked.
Oh.
Bad. I don't know what to do about it. Look at that. It started cracking when the screw was halfway in even.
Mm. Oh well. We're making this ladder work with what we have.
It's cracking bad. I don't know what to say about that. The wood is just not liking it. I don't know.
Or the drill hole is too big. Remember we used a smaller one last time?
No, this drill bit wasn't changed.
Oh.
That's up to you. But it's cracking when the screw goes in, not when the drill hole. So. See, cracked again, not as bad.
Okay. Now that I'm marked, I'm going to make sure that my nice pretty side is the side facing up. I'm going to put it on my markings right here. And I'm eyeball angling everything. So we're going to go in.
Yeah, we're rednecking it to the extreme. Do you want my knee pillow?
Nope.
Okay.
So I'm eyeballing the direction of these. Just holding it nice and tight. Nope. Nope. Right there.
You come too close to the edge, it's going to split more.
Right there.
Do you want to use the little more screws or do you want the bigger ones?
Just put the big ones in.
Okay.
And I'm trying to be very careful with my hand. I can only do so much.
Oh, that one didn't crack.
Okay. Now let's put another one in. Right now we're just putting one screw on all of them to start. Everything else will reline back up. Right here and right there. Let me back it up a little. Right there. Right there.
Can you not blow it on you? Goofy?
And last one. Up on the bottom, line it up on the top. This one's kind of short. Do you want to grab a different one?
That's up to you. You didn't want ones with.
Oh well, grab one.
The edges.
It's short by like 1/8 of an inch, and I don't want to have to push too much on the wood.
It'll suck up one side or the other.
This is better. Alright.
Put the ding side in the back.
Yep. There we go. There. There. Pick it up a little bit. There we go. Alright, now that all this side is done, all we need to do is flip it around, put the one single screw on the opposite side, and then put the second screw in on this side, and then go
put
back.
the second screws in on the other.
That way we still have, no, they're already leaned, we just need to have some kind of movement. If there are two screws, then it won't move as well.
Okay.
So I'm going to line this up
Okay.
on my line. This is right here, just like that. I was going to do these first before these start moving.
Oh, okay.
There. There we go.
You're just sticking out over there.
There.
Okay.
Line the next one up. Which is right here.
I take your hand off. So
Hold on, don't press the button. Right there.
That's not smart.
just put the second one in every single one of these.
And the other side.
And the other side. And then that'll be it. So we're going to screw in the second one now. Or drill the holes at least. Tiffany's going to drill.
Yes, by all means. Don't hurt your wrist. Not all the way in. Don't put it all the way down, okay?
And since that first hole is holding everything, these should all go in nicely.
Don't put it all the way down, okay?
I'm not.
Yeah, you just did. Look at your bit.
And the last one way down here. And all he has to do is screw in the screws.
Oh, I need one more. I thought I had enough. I guess I do not.
So our little at-home making our own quilt ladder, turning out pretty darn good so far. It's not horrible. And
It's not horrible.
It's not horrible, and it's not the best ever. Okay, so now I'm going to go and drill these other 3 holes. I'm just lining the bit up to the drill hole to drill the hole with the center of the ladder step or rung, whatever you want to call it.
Wrong, yeah.
So I'm just lining up the drill bit with the center. Because I don't have exact measurements, and I'm not even going to bother with exact measurements because
Hey, that one didn't crack.
these are for my house anyway, so.
This one didn't go in all the way to start it. Yes, well.
And there we have a quilt ladder. So let's stand this up and I'll show you what it looks like. And there we have a finished quilt ladder. So it leans against the wall. That's why we cut that piece out, and you could put some soft stuff on there if you want on the back side to prevent it from going into your drywall. And then on the bottom, again, to keep it from sliding, you can put some anti-slid on the bottom, but now you see why we chopped off the bottom angle like we did. And I made sure to do the same angle on top and bottom. The sides have 2 screws each. And again, this is just going in my house, so it does not need to be perfect. And it's extra wide so that large quilts can fit on it. And for video's sake, here it is with a couple quilts on it. I don't know where to put this one yet, so I just hung. You can put, as wide as I did these, you could put 2 small per step, or you can just hang 1 per step. But that's what it looks like. That's the one we just made. And then there's the other one. That's new permanent home is right there. Until I find a new place to put the other one again, which is right here. So there is our at-home $25 or less inexpensive quilt ladder times 2 for the one price of $25 at Home Depot. So there we have it. So thank you for watching us build this. I'm pretty sure the video is like a little bit crazy, but unfortunately it kept killing out the camera because it's hot outside. So we managed to make a quilt ladder. It's done. Hopefully you understood what we were doing, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, subscribe, like, share my videos, and I'll see you in my next video.